Welcome. This is an instructional video on how to make a fee payment by credit or debit card for an EPIMS LSA notification using CDFW's online license, sales, and services website. First, locate the EPIMS login page by entering epims.wildlife.ca.gov or by using one of the links in the department's lake and streambed alteration or cannabis programs related web pages. Once you're on the EPIMS login page, please log in using your user ID and password. Once you're on the main menu, please find the link that says Notifications in the sidebar. This is where all your current notifications are located. Find and select the appropriate notification by clicking on the title. Make a note of the EPIMS notification number to use later for payment, which can be located here. Select Edit Notification. Scroll down to find the form that says Fee Schedule. Click. For this example, we'll be paying for 2 regular term notification fees. If you have any cannabis-related remediation, you'll need to add it to the remediation fees under the regular term notification fees. For this example, we'll be adding a regular term notification fee. Click the Add Row button. Scroll down and from the drop-down menu, choose the name of the project that you'll be paying for. If nothing is listed here, it's because nothing has been added to the project location and category section from earlier in the notification. You will need to go back and fill that out first. Once you've selected the project, enter the project cost range and the actual project cost. For example, if you estimate that your project will cost $6,200, then you will be selecting the range of $5,000 to $10,000 from that drop down in the middle. And then you would put $6,200 in the actual project cost field. Click Save Row and then repeat that process as necessary for all the projects on this notification. If you have multiple projects, for example, each should be listed in the drop-down. If they are not, then the project location and category form was not correctly filled out. Each project must be listed in that form in order to appear in the fees form drop-down, and you must pay a fee for each individual project. For example, for each culvert or water diversion within your notification. In this example, we'll be adding another test culvert to our regular term notification fees. I'll select test culvert 2. And for this culvert, I'll say it's $15,000 for the actual project cost. And for the project cost range, I'll select $10,000 to less than $25,000 and click Save Row. Once you have added all necessary project costs, scroll down to the bottom where you see the Payment Information section and click Add Row. For this example, we'll be paying using a credit or debit card, so for this option, we will choose the credit card. As you can see, the instructions will populate that include a link to the CDFW Internet Sales link here. Click this link and it will reroute you. If you already have an account, please enter your information under the Customer Search Criteria section here. You likely already have an account if you have a hunting or fishing license through CDFW. If not, you're welcome to either continue as a guest or create an account. A Go ID is required for any refunds or overpayments, so it is always recommended to obtain a Go ID before submitting your payment. If you have a hunting or fishing license that you purchased online, you would use the same Go ID. If you choose to register, the process only includes a few extra steps to enter your personal information. Since I'm going to be continuing as a guest, I'll click the Guest tab. We'll scroll down, and on the left side of the page, you'll see a menu. What you're looking for is the current year, lake and streambed alteration, LSA. As you can see, it's already loaded as a list of all the possible project cost range. Find the project cost that matches the cost of your project that you entered into the EPIMS notification. Please note that the license site includes a 5% non-refundable processing fee for online payments. This is why the totals are slightly different than what you saw in the LSA notifications on EPIMS. Add the project cost to your cart and enter the desired quantity. In our example, we have one project that costs between $5,000 and $10,000. Once you're on this page, you'll need to fill out all of the required information. Make sure to click Acknowledge for the non-refundable handling fee at the bottom, and then press Submit. Repeat as necessary to pay for each project. Once you have added each project cost, you'll want to click on the View Shopping Cart tab. Make sure everything looks right, edit as needed, and check out. Once you've clicked Check Out, it'll route you to this page where you'll scroll down and enter the information as requested. Please click the Please Email Confirmation to get an email confirmation of the receipt. Make sure you click that you're not a robot, and once you enter all the information, click Pay Now. Once the transaction has been completed, it will give you the option to download the receipt. You'll also receive a copy via email if you chose that as an option. Please keep a copy of this receipt for your records. After you receive your receipt, open it up. Copy and paste the number listed under the barcode here, as you will need this number to complete the fee schedule form on your notification in EPIMS. Now that we're back on EPIMS looking at the notification, you'll want to come down to where it says document number and enter the document ID number from the payment receipt. You can also choose to upload a copy of the receipt to the Documents and Map form, however, it is not required. Once you've entered that, click Save Row, and then mark as complete. Finish filling out any remaining sections of the notification before submitting. If you experience issues with EPIMS or have general EPIMS related questions that you'd like to ask, please feel free to reach out to us by email at epimshelp@wildlife.ca.gov. Please contact the CDFW region where your project is located for specific questions regarding your project, including the status of your EPIMS self-certification, notification, agreement, status report, or fees. For general questions about CDFW's role in cannabis permitting, please send an email to askcannabis@wildlife.ca.gov. For general questions about the Lake and Streambed Alteration Program, please send an email to lsa at wildlife.ca.gov.